guys, welcome to another episode of Gould Show. Yeah, you're probably noticing, the location is different. I know. But first I just want to say a couple things. This is going to be my location for my thoughts on videos, which is basically my review videos. I got 3 coming up, and the only reason I'm shooting my opinion-based video this week here at this location is because I have this whole setup ready to go. And I'm like, you know what? I'm so far behind these videos, I'm just going to shoot all 4 of these videos because I got 3 thoughts on videos I got to do. I'm just going to do them all in this location this week, but next week, the next video, my opinion-based video is going to be back in the original location as it has been the last 2 weeks. And my thoughts on videos for the future are going to be in this location, just so I can have some variety. So, let's get on with the opinion base. Okay, so, question this week. Are you sick of 2-part movies yet? Why do 2-part movies exist? 2-part movies exist because studios, for the last final installment of a franchise, Harry Potter, Twilight, My Hunger Games, Divergent now, and I guarantee you the Grey series, and Maze Runner, and all these other franchises based on books, they're doing it as that last-ditch effort to make in more money before the franchise is over. Because once it's over, they can't make money off it anymore, unless they just want to keep making stupid sequels that don't actually exist. And they're also done like Harry Potter was. Harry Potter is the movie that started all this, okay? Harry Potter is one of the better good examples of 2-part movies done right. Harry Potter was done to squeeze in all the detail they possibly could, because if you look at the book's like this thick. It's huge, the Deathly Hallows. I haven't read it personally, but I've seen it, and it's friggin' thick as hell. There's no way you can cram all that detail into a small 2.5 hour, 3 hour top movie without getting a real lot of stuff. Understandable. The problem is that it was a huge success. First part did great, and second part made even more money. So naturally, studios began to follow. Problem is now, so many movies are doing it that it's becoming a disease, and it's an obvious cash grab tactic now, unfortunately. We see through your lies, studio. You're not doing it to squeeze in detail, you're doing it to make more money. We don't like it. Stop doing it. So what are some other examples? Twilight is one of the ones where it's like, really, you had to make that into 2 parts. It really didn't need to be made in 2 parts. From what I understand, Part 1, nothing really happened of any significance in Part 1. And then Part 2 was whatever it was. To my understanding, they could have squeezed into a 2.5 hour movie. And none of those movies were actually over 2 hours, believe it or not. They could have squeezed into a 2.5 hour movie, there you go. However, there is one now that I will defend. Hunger Games Mockingjay. Mockingjay is my favorite of the trilogy, so me personally, them stretching it to 2 parts to get all that detail in there, in my opinion, it works. Okay? I think it's okay. I know a lot of people do not. They think that it made Part 1 very boring, but no one complained about Harry Potter Part 1, which didn't have a lot of action either. Interesting, right? That aside, those are the only 2 I give a pass. I can guarantee you that the Grey series, I have not seen 50 Shades of Grey. I refuse to see 50 Shades of Grey. I think I'm much better than that. And there's much better movies out there to see than to degrade my money and my time with 50 Shades of Grey. Okay? I guarantee you the final book in that trilogy is going to be split into 2 parts, so we got 3 more of those fucking movies left. Ah, isn't that wonderful? You gotta pay 3 more times to watch your porn. When you can just Google search it on your phone for free. Isn't that wonderful? Twilight is the bad example, and Maze Runner, I guarantee you is going to be split into 2 parts for its final one. I haven't read those books. I don't even know how many there are in Maze Runner. Oh, God. And Divergent's doing it too. Oh, my God. Really? Again, I haven't read the Divergent movies, but I freaking love Divergent, and I'm so pumped for Insurgent. Oh, why do they gotta do that? What makes them bad is the fact that they're just cash grabs. That's all they are at this point. Studios are doing them not for the good of the movie, they're doing it for the good of their pockets. Which, I get it. They're studios, they gotta make money. It's their business. They're in the business to make money. But for the love of God, you don't need to keep doing that. Alright? For the love of God, if you keep splitting movies in 2 parts, eventually people are going to start protesting them and not going to see them because I'm already sick of it. At this point, it's just getting ridiculous because it's so obviously a cash grab. If you want to make them 2 parts, fine, but don't make it so obviously a cash grab. Here's good examples of two-part movies in the past. Technically, the Star Wars movies were all planned as one movie, and they were all split into 3 parts. Not a cash grab, it flowed in a continuous story. Each movie was its own complete story that continued on to 2 other movies. Lord of the Rings was technically a 3-part franchise. There were 3 books, and they all flowed well. And to my understanding, a lot of, like, the previous book was in the next movie, because so and so. And, okay, another bad example, The Frickin' Hobbit. How the hell did I ever forget The Hobbit? Oh, in my opinion, that is one of the worst examples. And this is one book being stretched into 3 freaking parts. I'm going to do an entire video on my disappointment with the Hobbit movies. I'm mad at those. But again, piss poor example of how to do 2 parts. That was originally going to be 2 parts, but no, studio mandated said we need to make 3. Yeah, short opinion-based video. I know there isn't a whole lot I really can say on it. Just this is a trend I don't like. I want studios to stop doing it because before you know it, they're gonna start taking individual, like the first book and split it into 2 parts, and then they take the second book, split that into 2 parts, and they do the same thing with the third book. And that's what I'm afraid that now instead of getting 3 movies, we're gonna get 6 movies for one freaking franchise. But it doesn't need it. Thank you for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next week.